Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, could be returning to AEW very soon. This, according to Dave Meltzer, he said on the Wrestling Observer live show this past weekend that MJF could be returning somewhat soon. He hinted towards that. Now, this comes as reports as there's a casino ladder match that has been added to AEW All Out. And we know that those ladder matches, especially the casino ladder matches, they have that surprise at the end, that joker. And with all of the things that are currently going on in AEW, you've seen all these people return. You've seen the Kenny Omegas come back. You've seen Bryan Danielson, CM Punk come back, and the like. You got to think one of the final dominoes, or the final domino in this slate of returns, should be Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. And when you think about it, because I know there's a lot of people out there who believe that MJF is going to return this Wednesday night in Cleveland to cost CM Punk the title and maybe set up a match there or insert himself somehow into the title picture. And I think that's plausible because it's very plausible. Even though MJF isn't ranked, he could connive his way into a title match by saying the only reason I came back and the only reason that I agreed to come back is that Tony Khan gave me a shot at the AEW World Championship at All Out. And that's all you need to do with a heel like MJF, because he can do stuff like that. He can get away with stuff like that. That fits his character. Now, do I think that that's the likely scenario or the scenario that AEW should go? No. I think the better scenario and the way to spread this out, honestly, and get as much out of it as possible is through having MJF come back in that casino ladder match as the Joker. And I'm telling you, the pop would be amazing. Like, he's going to be over. I don't care when anyone says. He's going to be over in Chicago or the Chicago-ish area in Schaumburg, Illinois, at All Out, because he is the biggest name left to return, and he's a huge name. MJF, when he left and he cut that promo and he called Tony Khan a mark and he said he should be on the other side of the railing, and he blasted the company and dropped a nuke, like is what he did, right? When he did that, it created such a firestorm that everyone was wondering, okay, what's next? What's next? And there's been radio silence. People who've talked to MJF every single day beforehand have said they haven't really heard from him. There have been people who he was apparently close to who've said he's kind of, just gone off the grid and he's chilling right now. He's really not been doing much right now. And maybe it's part of this work shoot angle, because we know that there was that meeting the day after AEW Double or Nothing where Tony Khan and MJF apparently to an extent hashed things out, which led to him being able to cut that promo on Dynamite in LA. So for me, I think the best case scenario is have MJF win the Joker, win as the Joker, and then let him come out and be and just berate PG Punk, CM Punk bitch, whatever he wants to call him, right? Let him come out and berate him every single week leading up to Grand Slam and have him cheat to win the AEW World title. Because MJF's title reign, his coronation as the title as the undisputed champion of AEW is long overdue at this point, honestly. We've been wondering when it would happen, and the best way for him to do it is to do it in such a way where here's the thing. In the perfect world, MJF would just come out to this grand ovation while everyone else on the ring is laid out and just climb the ladder as his entrance music is still playing and get the poker chip and get that title match, because that's something that befits MJF's character. That is something that he would plausibly do. He would earn a title shot without doing any work whatsoever. That is MJF, the character, I should say. But either way, MJF coming back is a good thing for AEW. I know there's going to be a lot of talk about people being like, oh, well, he said he was leaving and he's still going to WWE. He very well might be. That's the reality, right? MJF very well could still be going to WWE at the end of the day, but AEW has a year and a half to convince him otherwise, and also get as much money and popularity out of him as they can as a company, and try to get other people over, try to get him over. There's still a lot of work to be done. MJF still is under contract for about a year and a half. So we got time. But the one thing we all need to make sure is that we hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. We'll see you next time, guys.